guys, I did tell you that this right here would be maybe only a 3-day ban at best.
Instead, to, talk about the hypocrisy of the matter. But using the embellished language that I use all the time, being hyperbolic, and, people, they got me. As fair as fair.
Send people. I was like, just be above this, Don't do this. Because look, if people who have very extreme beliefs want to go crazy.
Something about that montage there, I just can't help but think that somebody might have actually finally gotten into his ear. Of course, he wouldn't have paid any attention or listened to them or taken what they said seriously. But I can't help but thinking that somebody got in there and said, dude, we didn't say this before, but you got to chill the hell out with the daggone rhetoric because our jobs are on the line too. Just kind of the vibe I'm getting. So as of this moment in time, we've got Ethan Klein once again beefing with Hasan. You got Hasan Piker basically coming out and saying that maybe he should have used a different set of words after he pretty much threatened a sitting U.S. senator, which we will get to here in a second. Twitch bans him. Of course, it is not forever, and Hasan is actually blaming Asmongold. And, of course, there's also a war of words going on with XQC. Now, guys, I normally don't do the streamer drama, but if Hasan Piker says something very, very dumb, I will normally come out here and do a video on it. Now, to all the Hasan babies out there, before you come in here and bombard the comment section and hit the dislike button or whatever, I want to go ahead and say right now, as you already know, I don't agree with anything Hasan Piker says. I do not agree with anything Jinx Nephew says. And honestly, to tell you the truth, I don't think the streamer world on Twitch is anywhere near my world because I don't do games or gaming primarily, but I may explore that later on down the road. I have always viewed Hasan Piker from a more comical perspective because after a couple of years of listening to hardcore generic leftist talking points, meanwhile he is a multi-millionaire and he's had just about every advantage in the world afforded to him. So yeah, go ahead and cue the whole "this guy is jealous" BS. I really and truly don't care. But then again, at the same time though, I don't think I should have to cater to an audience full of, but still the point is this right here. I personally believe Hasan Piker should be viewed as what the hell he really and truly is. Clown shoes. He's absolutely hilarious. And he's hilarious unintentionally. But still, though, this little drama, which of course I may have to do a follow-up video to a little bit later on tonight because it's actually intensifying. Yeah, I'm probably going to have another video on that coming out tonight. And not to mention, there's probably going to be a content blitz this weekend, so make sure you guys stick around for the full bit throughout the entire weekend itself. We got to get ourselves out of the doldrums here. Speaking of that there, make sure you guys, of course, have got the notifications cut on. Please feel free to subscribe. It's the best way to support this content for free. Please hit the like button so that way the video will stand a better chance of going up the algorithm and getting out to a bigger audience. I want to get to 2,000 subscribers before the end of the month of March. Modest goal. Let's try to get to that, and let's go ahead and get into this. So the other day, Hasan Piker received a ban from Twitch. People were thinking, my God, it's about time. Oh my God, they actually punished him. Seeing how it is that Hasan Piker is like the chief political streamer and, of course, also the chief streamer over on Twitch. He's their biggest moneymaker. So it was kind of odd to see that they would actually ban him after not banning him after all the other crazy things that he has said. But he ultimately got banned. Well, why did he get banned? Well, let me replay some of the clip for you guys right now.
If you cared about Medicare fraud or Medicaid fraud, you would kill Rick Scott, okay? You wouldn't make Rick Scott, former governor of Florida, Rick Scott, you wouldn't make him the current, what is his current office? What is he? He's the Richard Lynn Scott, is an American attorney, businessman, politician, Navy veteran, serving as the senior United States Senator from Florida, a seat he has held since 2019. And also, I believe this past election cycle, he was literally the f***ing head of the, what was it, like the Senate committee or something? Like the
I find it more disturbing he cannot name Rick Scott's actual position. All right. Just saying, I find that for a political streamer, he doesn't know anything about the man's job title or additional job titles. Just saying.
He called basically for the death of sitting U.S. Senator, former Florida Governor Rick Scott, also a Navy vet. Now, guys, Hasan has done actually just as bad, if not worse. I mean, there was the whole bit about Dan Crenshaw where He said that a brave Iraqi soldier beeped him in the eye when I don't even know Dan Crenshaw's actual full-blown military record. By the way, Dan Crenshaw is not exactly endeared to the right as well. We call him Red Flag Dan or Commie Shaw for a reason. I've done videos on that there before. Of course, it's on my second channel. I think I'll link the videos for you guys in the description box if you guys want to actually watch them, as well as probably one of the video essays that I've done over there. I'm going to be posting back to Gear Sheet 33, the crusty old vet, here in the near future. But still, though, Hasan received a ban from Twitch. And then, of course, he got unbanned from Twitch. Now, I'm going to go ahead and say this. Given Twitch's recent history, given their adpocalypse, and of course there's also going to be more craziness too, because Ethan Klein has chimed in, and we all do. Ethan's a scumbag too, is all the hell I'm going to say. But still, though, the point is this right here. Twitch has been under a lot of pressure, or at least content creators on Twitch or Twitch streamers, however you might want to define them. They've been screaming for political stuff to come off the platform for a while. Seriously, Hasan, Denims, Rogan, Frogan, whatever the hell her name is, and all the other leftist streamers say some extremely inflammatory crap, mostly when it comes to the topic of Israel-Palestine. But still, though, there are a lot of people over on that platform who would like the political content to kind of mellow the hell out. I'm going to tell you right now what I think happened. I think that Hasan got a stern talking to. I'll explain that over the course of the video, because you guys obviously saw a little bit of that earlier in the montage that I gave you guys at the very beginning of the video. But still, at the same time, though, I think what happened was that Hasan got a bit of a stern talking to. Or at least that's how it sounds when he finally posted after his banning.
Let me also say this. I didn't use the best choice of words. I think fair is fair. I think eating that ban is valid. Would it have happened under normal circumstances? Do people say a bunch of infinitely more unhinged things on a regular basis in terms of like entire populations being desecrated, destroyed, you know, neo-Nazi sentiment, things of that nature? Absolutely. They do that all the time. But come on, fair is fair. Like, you can't. No, it's not even I should have used the in a Minecraft defense. Like, I didn't. It's very obvious. It's very, very obvious what I was saying, which was not to do a call for action to assassinate a sitting U.S. senator, but instead to, you know, talk about the hypocrisy of the matter. But using the embellished language that I use all the time, being hyperbolic, and, you know, people, they got me. They got me. As fair as fair.
I don't know if he wears the Make America Great Again hat because he's trying to troll people or whatnot. It's more than likely a troll, because we all know that Hasan Piker is a leftist and hates Donald Trump and all that stuff there, even though Trump is actually a big part of his revenue, because when you talk about certain politicians or certain figures, you can grift off that. I'm not accusing Hasan of being a grifter or anything like that. The term gets thrown around quite loosely, and it gets thrown around like crazy. But I'll put it this way here. Everybody on the platform, if you're trying to sell something or if you're trying to get ahead, you're probably going to have a little bit of a grift. It's almost like, what's his name, D-Day Kerber says. He always comes out and says, yes, I'm a grifter. I'm the ultimate grifter. And all the other, you know, Jeremy the Quartering does the exact same thing. Several content creators do that. So anytime somebody throws the term grifter out there at you, just go ahead and know that there's no reason in getting offended by it, because everybody on the site has got some kind of grift. Some are just much, much better at it than others. I mean, go ahead and call me a grifter, but I can go ahead and tell you guys right now, I absolutely suck at grifting. But still,
somehow or another, he would find a way to blame somebody else for his banning. It's almost like he's talking out of both sides of his mouth here.
Gold is covering this because he wants Twitch to see it. He's done this a couple times in the past couple of weeks. I understand. We are ideologically butting heads on Twitch. Asmongold and I disagree vehemently on a lot of issues, all the way from the history of Nazi Germany to subject matter. There's plenty of disagreements there. And I think that he's doing this deliberately, I will say, in an effort to, you know, shit stir a little bit and try to get me banned, which worked.
Now, guys, the full clip is close to 2 minutes, and we'll play the rest of it here in a second. But I want to go ahead and say this right now, because I did say earlier that Twitch streamers wanted more and more political content off the site. And we know about the hypocrisy of Twitch. I mean, Ethan Klein basically exposed the entire grift, even though he's also a part of the whole shtick. the other day in his content nuke. He's been doing it for a while actually before that, but still at the same time though, blaming Asmongold TV. Well, let me say this real quick about Asmongold TV. Not really a fan, don't really dislike the guy either, but I have noticed a lot more Asmongold videos showing up in my YouTube feed of him reacting to Trump, reacting to Republican politicians, Democrat politicians, the left, all that type of stuff. He's doing a lot more reactions. Now, are those videos on Twitch? Look, I don't mess around with Twitch. I don't even really know much about Twitch. I'm going to go ahead and say that right now. And, of course, you can clip that if you guys want to try to use against me at a later on date. I just don't have time to play video games all day. It's just how I am. Still, though, the point is this right here. Asmongold's been making a lot more videos that seem to be reactions or reactionary type content to politicians and what's been said. And by the way, Asmongold, for the most part, takes the more milquetoast view on just about everything. So I wouldn't exactly take his political views seriously. But then again, at the same time, there are times when he comes in and he's actually quite rational. But still, the point is this right here. Asmongold has been releasing a lot more political reactions here recently. Now, if he's releasing them to just YouTube or Rumble or whatever, okay, all right, okay, then maybe he's not using Twitch as his avenue for his own personal politics. But we all know that Hasan Piker has been doing this for a very long time. Like I said before, he's the largest streamer or largest political streamer on said platform. And of course, it's leftist politics, leftist views, and of course, he's also said some extremely inflammatory stuff. I personally think the worst of it was when he told Ethan Klein that babies were colonizers. I actually thought that was probably Hasan Piker's lowest point, but then again, I also remember the Democratic Party, the DNC, they kicking him out of the DNC. Probably because of his views on the Israel-Palestine situation, because the Democratic Party at that time was trying to walk the fine line of being between pro-Israel and pro-Palestine. Because most of their base is actually pro-Palestine. Very, very anti-Semitic. But still, the point is this right here. Hasan Piker, he has said a lot worse in the past. But of course, as you guys will see over the rest of this clip, he continues to deflect and he continues to lay blame on said opposition.
The clip's too short. Maybe it's out of context. I hope so. I definitely do. Hopefully it's out of context. How are you going to...
Now, once he said this, does Asmongold go back and seek out the context? No, he doesn't. Instead, he follows through, basically packaging this as a Hasan is a radical who must be banned. It's a joke, Lamau, he responds to.
Would you tell that joke about Donald Trump?
I think people would tell way crazier jokes about Donald Trump, and people have told way crazier jokes about Donald Trump. My statement was hyperbolic. That much is obviously clear. But the intention of it was not a call to violence directly against a sitting senator, but instead was to show the hypocrisy of the Republican Party in terms of how little they truly care about Medicare and Medicaid fraud, because that happens at the point of the provider and not necessarily in the point of the recipients. They want to cut Medicare and Medicaid for the recipients to the tune of $800 billion.
I personally believe that what happened, or what Hasan's talking about when they say call to violence, I personally believe what happened in this case was that Hasan Piker was saying the normal stuff he's been allowed to get away with this entire time. By the way, there's going to be a video about that later on this week, probably tomorrow, on how it is that somebody is due for comeuppance. And also another video on how it is that one side of the aisle is completely delusional about their prospects in CW. Yeah, I'm bringing up the Benny guy again and his constant use of the word civil war, phrase civil war. I'm also going to be bringing up some stuff from the State of the Union address, even though that obviously will address the Congress and the Democrats' reaction to how it is that they couldn't even stand for a child who was a survivor of brain cancer. They couldn't even bring themselves to clap for that. The fact that he survived, and also just because the little boy wants to become a cop, whatnot. They basically showed you who the hell they really and truly were, how unempathetic they are. Still, though, those videos will come out a little bit later on. But still, this right here is probably going to come up in that video, too. It seems to me like somebody is upset because somebody actually held him to account. And I did say that I think what really happened was he got a good old-fashioned stern talking to, which we'll get to here in a second. The point is this right here. This right here is Hasan Piker being held to some form of account. Now, did he fully apologize earlier? No, he did not. He still has not learned his lesson. And, of course, he's passing blame on Asmongold TV. Hasan, what you said in this day and age, especially given the fact that there are now Republicans in charge, conservatives for the most part are running things, what you said is probably not going to be tolerated as much as what it was the last time we had a Republican president who happens to be the same president in office now And also to go on top of that. Now, I'm not saying that Donald Trump is the reason why I got banned. I'm talking about the vibe shift here, okay? The shift in the vibes in the country. People are less tolerant of the crap that you have to say. Before, they put up with it. Before, they even laughed at it. But nowadays, people are seeing exactly how detrimental it can be and how harmful it can be. And people are finally starting to speak out about it, including people on your own side of the aisle. I mean, geez, these people didn't even clap for a cancer survivor, a young cancer survivor. These people didn't even clap for Lake and Riley's family the other night at the address to Congress. Don't worry, we talk about that there to end out the week as well, but let me get back on track. But I don't even think it's really lefties who are doing this. I think what the hell is really going on is what I said earlier, and I did a video on this. Normal Twitch streamers, some that are not really political, apolitical, whatever phrase you might want to use to describe them. I think that they're looking at Hasan, they're looking at Frogan, they're looking at Denims, they're looking at all the bad players on that platform, and they're saying, look, you have got to put a stop to this right here. I don't care how much money they bring in. You have got to put a stop to this crap so that way we can all earn because we all contribute too. Now, I want to make one more point before we get to the clip that you guys are seeing in the B-roll footage, and that is this here. Just because your biggest moneymaker, just because you have one major moneymaker, does not mean that all the other smaller moneymakers around that, if you were to lose them, it does not mean it will not affect your bottom line or your business. And also something else, so I said this right in the last video, which I'm going to bring up again towards the end of the video, and exactly what I said right there to close the video out because it helps prove the point that I'm going to make here shortly, is this right here. Right now, Twitch, all these companies that had DEI or had leftist talkers, speakers, whatnot, they are all eventually going to have to go in front of Congress because Congress is going to investigate all these companies. I think that the head of Twitch, which by the way is connected to Amazon and Jeff Bezos, of course, after the election, donated to Trump's inauguration fund. And by the way, Bezos has been doing some very, very weird stuff too, from what I'm seeing. Don't worry, I know I'm late to the ball game, but I'm going to be talking about the acquisition of the Bond franchise probably over the weekend. But still, the point is this right here. Bezos knows what's coming. Twitch is a part of Amazon. You're going to get investigated by these people, and they're probably going to look at Hasan Piker first, which could result in a get this guy off the platform or else you're not going to have a job, or I'm just simply saying, and leftists are going to scream and holler about that and say that it's censorship, but still. However, what I think happened was exactly what my man here is about to say happened, which of course I had to edit down because it is roughly a 2-minute long clip, and I did not want this video to go on that much longer than 15 to 16 minutes, which it probably will anyways. But I think what he said here is exactly what happened.
It just turned into like a political dick swinging contest about which side, which is bad on our part because like we've never had any politics or any kind of talks like that in the comments. So I think it was kind of bad of us to kind of almost invite that. Second of all, the thing that was also very frustrating is that no matter what people were saying, there was a lot of brigading on a lot of sides, and I think that two things can be true at once. There were Trash Taste fans who were unhappy, and there also was brigading happening, which is also very frustrating to deal with, because then it's like, okay, now we can't actually listen to any criticism on the episode, because both sides are jumping in, right? And, I even told Hasan, I was like, hey man, can you not? Like, it's bad enough that one side is doing this, please don't bring up the fucking episode and be like, hey, send people. I was like, just be above this,
What I got out of that, and you guys tell me if I'm wrong, you guys tell me different, was we would like this political stuff to come down in volume. Like right now, you're at a 10. 2 years ago, you were at a 12 or a 13. It's still not good enough. We need it cut down to about a 3. That's what I got out of that. And of course, according to him, it seems like people talked to Hasan and told him, you need to chill the hell out because our jobs are also at stake as well. Now, a lot of these Twitch streamers could come to YouTube. They could probably go to Kick. They could probably go to other platforms and make money there. I have no idea how large their audience would be at first or how successful they would be, but they can go and actually make money there as well. There's also this hypocrisy, once again, about Aiden Ross. Aiden Ross, what he did, he basically got pretty much kicked off the platform for life. I mean, the hypocrisy here is unreal, but that will come up again in the next video. The point is this right here. Other streamers have had enough of this. They're saying you can't keep talking politics like this right here, and you can't keep saying inflammatory crap. I mean, Hasan Piker literally had a Houthi terrorist on at one point in time. He's very, very pro-Hamas. And not to mention the left wants to suddenly make him like the left-wing Joe Rogan, which is hilarious because Joe Rogan used to be a liberal. Still very, very much is in a lot of ways. I think what happened in this case is that he simply got approached by other streamers, this one right here in particular, and they said, dude, chill the fuck out. As I would suggest to you that it's possible that maybe somebody had told Hasan, look, we can make it without you. We don't really need you. And Hasan Piker probably feels to himself, no, you cannot make it as a platform without me. You cannot make it as a platform without all the other streamers up here. But in reality, you've got tons of streamers over there that are not political. So I'm pretty sure that Twitch is looking at this and they're saying, if push comes shove, if we got to get rid of them, we probably can do so. However, for the time being, I will not hold my breath on that. Like I said before, he was never going to be permanently banned. However, I do think somebody got into his ear and told him, look, man, you're going to have to kind of chill the hell out here because there are other people on this platform that have got to make a living too. And this political crap is making this brand way too damn toxic. Still, though, I don't think that Twitch's CEO will ever get rid of him. Just going to go ahead and say that right now. Loves Hasan Piker way too damn much. However, if I didn't say it before, it's possible someone like Bezos, if he's called in, seeing as that Twitch is once again a part of Amazon, it's possible that there could be a course correction as far as the CEO is concerned. But you guys tell me what you think in the comment section. I would love to hear what you guys have got to say. There's going to be a lot of content coming out this weekend, a lot of different topics to cover. It's going to be a bit of a blitz. Also, to go on top of that, there could be a video later on tonight. If it's not out tonight, it will be released tomorrow right around lunch. I'm going to be in a bit of a posting blitz to kind of catch up on things. So make sure you guys stick around for all that. Make sure you guys please hit the like button, subscribe, share the video, sign up in the comments. I want to get you guys' thoughts on this, and I'll see you guys later.